Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 779, we're going to talk about Hama Pashar, the Ruin Seeker. Now, this is a white-blue dungeon crawl. And I'll be honest with you, I tried in this particular deck to use as many D&D cards as possible. It is almost a precon, but I smashed in all of the white and blue and colorless venture cards that I had access to. So let's get to it. I love the ability here. The room abilities of dungeons you own trigger an additional time. So that is search through all of the dungeon cards. Fly, which is, better than jump, I know. But it deals combat damage. Venture into the dungeon. Secret door. 5 mana colon here. Of course, one of it has to be blue. But I like the colon. So late game, you can do it multiple times if you've got, extra mana laying around. 50 feet of rope. You can rappel down and to venture. Yanli Malazon sounds like a specific name. It sounds like a legendary creature. Glad it's not. I'm not complaining. We got enough. But deals combat damage, you venture. Delver's Torch. I love this when it attacks. Keen-eared Sentry just hoses your opponent if they... And you have hexproof line is not nothing. But, yeah. If somebody else is trying to do the venture thing. Cloister Gargoyle. As long as you've completed a dungeon, it gets +3 and has flying. So, 3/4 flying for 3. We're probably going to not have a problem completing dungeons in this deck. Displacer Beast enters a battlefield. Gloomstalker is double strike. Bar the Gate. Counter target creature or walker. Venture. Eccentric Apprentice. Another one. Veteran Dungeoneer. Shortcut Seeker. Planar Ally. Midnight Pathfinder. This... Creatures you control can't be blocked except by legendary creatures. That is a powerful line of text. Really, really is. And then, you venture. Radiant Solar? Yeah. So just a big old angel. Or another non-token creature enters the battlefield. Venture into the dungeon. So you got a chance to stack dungeon triggers here, and especially if our commander's out, they get nuts. You can complete a dungeon in one casting. The Thorough Investigation. Sacrifice a clue to venture. But now, I want to focus in on the dungeon map, which taps to venture, and the Ranger's Hawk, which taps to venture, because that's going to lead into some of my other choices, like Unbender Time. It's not a bad card anyway. We're in white and blue to untap into the permanent, so if we can... there's tons of permanents to untap, obviously. It's great for surprise blocker, whatever. Oh, that can't block, it's tapped. Oh, but to untap, to be able to venture. But let's get to our ramp before we get to the rest of it, shall we? We have, of course, our core cartographer, and then we get into the rocks. Burnished Heart, Fieldness Border Post, Seashell Cameo, Azorus Key Rune, Azorus Cluestone, Sky Diamond, Silver Mirror, and Azorus Signet. And I am just now realizing there's not a Soul Ring or a Commander Sphere. Little bit of card draw, not a lot, with Brainstorm and Impulse. But let's get to our other stuff here. We have a Propaganda and a Make a Stand. And then a bunch of stuff from Forgotten Realms. I've been wanting to play True Polymorph because I'll admit, a lot of these cards are just that. I've been wanting to play them. So, now this is permanently. Target artifact or creature becomes a copy of another target. Yeah, maybe a little too convincing. Yeah. Clever Conjurer. Untap target permanent, not named this. Activate only as a sorcery. That's another way that we can untap. Mimic. Just good old-fashioned Mimic I've wanted to play with. You hear something on watch. Now, this 5 damage to target attacking creature is not bad. I don't know that I'll use the Anthem effect very much, but 5 damage to attacking creature out of the blue, people don't see coming. You see a guard approach. Target creature you control gains hexproof. That's tantamount to a counterspell. We have the Black Staff of Waterdeep. I know that this is such an iconic card. I don't know. Then we have the Grandmaster of Flowers, Bahamut himself. 7 or more loyalty. This thing's a 7/7 dragon god with flying and indestructible. That's harsh. And 2+1, so I think this, yeah. I do have Monk of the Open Hand in the deck, just because Bahamut calls for it. Maybe it's decent, maybe it's not. But, as I said, I tried to use as many Forgotten Realms cards as possible. Guild Thief. Thief looks decent. It deals combat damage, but it won't counter it. We've seen that a million times. But then the ability to make this unblockable is pretty neat. Flumph. It's a good blocker. Moon-Blessed Cleric. Search your library for an enchantment card. Propaganda, more than likely. Dragon Turtle. I probably should have put this in the removal pile because, that's kind of what it does. We have a Mind Flayer. Gain control. Emerith. Big nasty flyer. 5 for a 5/5 flyer is not bad in blue. It's not bad in anything. The white dragon, the blue dragon, and a Sun Titan. I know Sun Titan doesn't, it's not a AFR card, but it's really good and it works a lot with, the Burnished Heart and the Mimic and all the other things. So let's look at our removal. Of course, Peace and Quiet. I don't play this enough. 2 target enchantments, that's normally not a problem to find. 2 enchantments that you don't want. Of course, Counterspell, Negate, Celestial Purge, Vow of Duty I count as removal. Time Wipe is decent. Expel. Portable Hole. I'll Portable Hole somebody's non-land prep, somebody's Soul Ring on turn 1. I'll do it. Route. Divine Smite. Is it just me or are we getting a little fuzzy? And then our last removal spell is Path to Exile. Thank you very much, Zach. It's Path. It's one heck of a magic card. So now our non-basic lands. We're going to start off with that cool module Evolving Wilds. Terramorphic Expanse. Razortide Bridge. Glacial Fortress. Sajiri Refuge. Meandering River, Tranquil Cove, Azorus Guildgate, Prairie Stream. I like some of these reprints that we got in the Commander decks this time. Port Town, Nimbus Mage, also reprinted, Irrigated Farmland, Hingegate Pathway, Command Tower, Desert of the Mindful, Vivid Creek. 1 card left. What is it? You guessed it. Rogue's Passage. But that is Hama Pashar. As I said, mainly I built this because after I got the white and blue dungeon cards, there was a whole lot of room left in the deck, and I was so far I hadn't built a deck to really take advantage of somebody come up and would say, what's the D&D set about? I want to, and that, I mean, you've got the dungeoning, you've got the named dragons, you've got Bahama, I mean, characters, events, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, this will be my Taste of Forgotten Realms. So that is 7/7 now. We'll put it on the wall. Almost done. I do apologize. The past couple days, I know I mixed the two videos up there. Put 778 before 777. But that is what I have got for today. I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.